think another thing that really like was just crazy to me was the whole, and I think it's because of like I actually respected him up until the moment the whole Joe Rogan thing where he
I'm looking at it right
the,
now.
the way he used the N word that,
Nick,
that
can you preface the situation for those who don't know what happened
so I'm actually
and who Joe Rogan is?
yeah so I was about to say I know who Joe Rogan is, but I didn't see the actual interview like when it happened when he used the N word.
It's like 10 minutes.
No. So it's not an interview. It's just a like he's. It was like
it was a compilation.
It was a compilation. He said the N word
goodness.
multiple times on his podcast.
Bro,
This dates back to like 11 years ago, bro.
He
Like,
compared a gathering of black people to Planet of the Apes. And he
so
followed that by saying he is not racist.
So literally, so with that situation, apparently he said it was him and some friends went to a movie theater. And when they got to the theater, they were the only white people in the theater. And he said he made that joke, and he said that he said he wasn't being racist in making that joke. But the thing was, and I think it was Trevor Noah that was talking about it, and he was like, you don't get and understand that in trying to be funny by making a racist joke, you knew that making that racist joke, you were being racist. You just, he thought that because he was being funny.
He was self-aware.
Because he thought he was being funny and trying to be entertainment about it, it wasn't racist. And that's what a lot of people are trying to get at is like, they think that Joe Rogan is taking the thing is like, okay, well, is it because that he does things with black people because he has black friends,
So
because it's for entertainment, that doesn't mean that he's racist. And he's also I think he was trying to say that in his apology, like the context in which he was using the N-word in his shows was not to not be disrespectful, but
to make a point, right?
Yeah, it was to talk about things in different situations. You can't
put someone down to make a point. That's not.
Yeah, it's like
it's not fair. That's not how.
And then all he got was a slap on the wrist, bro. It was just all his episodes got removed. From like Spotify and streaming services?
Yeah, so they only went and removed they only remove certain ones. He's still up there. It's a total of 100.
1,000 episodes.
They only removed over 113.
Like if anything, I feel like this
and that
will boost his career. Like
he's the biggest podcast. On
he
the
is
planet.
it's the biggest.
And he was the host of Fear Factor before, right? Like that's what he was doing before.
He was doing UFC before too.
Yeah, I was say he was doing UFC like early on, and then he went to Fear Factor after that, and then came back to UFC. And I think that explains why he wasn't commentating the recent weekend fight, like Israel Adesanya just defending his belt.
The thing is though,
he just defended Joe Rogan too, bro.
No. So you're right about that. I was gonna actually bring that up too. Yeah, but I don't know. Obviously, they said that the reason that he wasn't there was scheduling issues.
Yeah, come on.
They didn't come.
They gotta come on.
But the thing is, though, if they're gonna cut him off from that, they came out and say he's not gonna do it no more.
No, he don't come back.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
still coming back. Like he's still gonna. It's just they're probably gonna give him. He'll probably be there for 272.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Most likely.
Nah, he'll be there.
Like Joe Rogan, I don't think he's a racist. I just think he's really stupid. Like I be watching this podcast, he's stupid. I don't think he's racist. I just think
some of the guests he has on there,
I just don't think he's smart.
He's just not the bright.
Just as a white person,
but he tried to preference it like he was like, oh, I can say nigga, but then he also said every bad word to every community. So I'd be like, he tried. I feel like as a white person, you're just not. That's the one word that you're never allowed to say. No matter. No, as I said, he's just stupid.
But I also feel like
you shouldn't say the word period. But
like, some people allow their white friends that they grow up with, that grew up in a black community, they allow them to say the word freely because I've seen it. So
yeah, I have to. I have to, and I know people who think they'll say things like, oh, I have my, my black card or something like that, meaning like, oh, I can say or talk with the same vernacular as African Americans. But it's like, it's a culture difference, and also, I mean, trying to knowing that there's a difference between us, but still trying to walk around and sound like you're this, but you're not. I mean, there's no reason to. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to. I just Joe Rogan. I don't know. That was just
the only reason why I agree with both of what y'all saying because he's right about it is certain people that you grow up around certain people and they say it and they allow them to say it. Yeah, the only reason why I kind of did, I started thinking differently about the Joe Rogan was because in the compilation of the clips, one of the clips he was baiting one of his guests to say it. Oh yeah, he was like say it. Nigger. And they both said nigger, hard R's. And that's another thing. That's another thing. A lot of the times that he was saying it was with the hard R. It wasn't.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like it's just.
I mean, saying it in general is bad, but if you had it has racist undertones.
It's like Joe, he's like a stupid frat boy.
he didn't understand like what it was.
No, he understands. Like he's just like he understands.
He just thinks that because if he talks about it in a certain context, it doesn't come off as being.
He thinks he's self-aware. Like he's like, oh yeah, this is racist.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna say it.
Because of the context behind it, or because of what I'm talking about, it makes it okay for me to use the word.
It's like when like Chris Rock or like they make like a black comedian make a joke about race.
That's how I would think.
They think since they they walk it in.
I do keep forgetting that it still doesn't make it better.
He's a comedian. I
keep forgetting it, but it still don't make it better. It's
it don't make it better.
Yeah. It's just like
I do play a factor though, because comedians.
There's no boundaries with them. Yeah. Like there's no, but it's like at a certain point, your podcast is literally.
I was just
you can't be saying you can't be saying N-word with a hard R on your podcast, and you cannot. That's why I said it. For me, I changed my stance on it when he was literally like baiting his guest to say it. Yeah, he was like, "Come on, say it."
And another thing, like in his apology, he was saying that he wasn't doing it for entertainment, but that's exactly what he was doing. So
he said,
"I'm not trying to do it for laughs, but that's what you was doing."
Exactly.
Bro, like literally, if we're having this conversation about him now about everything that's been recorded, can you imagine the conversations he has that aren't recorded or behind closed doors? Like, can you imagine how he really talks?
Oh yeah, I
mean, if this is just like a snippet or a peek into his life.
We heard he said he was walking into Planet Apes when the movie did it for Black.
How can you not?
I can only imagine what he said.
Like, we've seen multiple situations.
Basketball game.
Yeah, I was about to say